Hey guys, Crewman here. And as people start to buy the 40 series for mining, the question I've been getting a lot of lately, especially after my 4060 Ti video I released, which I'll link down below, is which 40 series GPU is the best to buy? Is it the 4060 Ti or the 4070 Ti? I'm not going to count the 4090 right now because I do not think it's worth buying at its inflated prices. Well, I finally got my first 4060 Ti in that I plan on keeping, and today I am going to go over some quick tests comparing the hash rate and efficiency along price, and then I'll give you some final thoughts of which one I think is a better buy right now, the 4060 Ti or the 4070 Ti. This video was a lot of fun to film, as I can finally say I've learned to properly overclock the 40 series GPUs, which is not good because I've had a rig of them now for quite some time, and I've probably been using pretty poor settings for a few months, but what are you going to do? I love learning how to overclock GPUs, and I think I'm going to do a video series on each model that I own in the future because I've learned so much filming these hash rate comparison videos. Both GPUs were tested on my test bench with an Elmore Labs PMD to measure the device's true power output. I was able to actually measure the riser as well on the 4060 Ti, but not the 4070 Ti, but the software numbers are accurate, as I was able to confirm with the PMD. So a few disclaimers. Now this was with one GPU on each algo to get the general idea. Obviously different cards overclock in different ways, and some are better than others. Silicon lottery applies, and the settings I use may not give you the same results, but I think they're a great starting point, and you can basically see the 4070 Ti has a slight advantage in core algorithms, but interestingly enough, it almost has the same exact efficiency in any memory or partially memory efficient algorithm. Let's take a look at the chart. First, we'll go over prim. You can see essentially the efficiency is basically the same from 53.8 on the 4060 Ti to 57.68. You can see it's essentially a little better than half of the 4060 Ti is a little better than half of the 4070. We see the same thing in Carlson, but the efficiency is even closer, as it's not like, as it's a little bit of a more memory heavy algorithm. And then you go down to Conflux and it's way closer, again, a memory efficient algorithm. Now, if we do the dual mining of Conflux and Radiant, and now keep in mind all of my overclocks are using RigoMiner, as it states in the chart. The efficiency tends to be a little bit greater in the core algorithms and in the memory algorithms. But again, as we go down to next to Ironfish, Lithium, Radiant, and Ergo/Radiant, you can see that we're very similar. Now let's get to the thing that is impacting this just as much as the performance: cost. So basically, if, and this is a big if, I want to stress, if you go off MSRP, you can get two 4060 Ti's for one 4070. You may end up with more hash and more power at a little bit less efficiency at the trade-off of density, which can be a cost saver in and of itself. So which one is better? Well, at MSRP, it really just depends if you want density or if you want the most hash. If you want density, the 4070 Ti is better. If you want the most hash, the 4060 Ti, two 4060 Ti's are better. But this is where it gets tricky, because the advantage the 4060 Ti has is, at least at the time of this filming, gamers hate the 4060 Ti, and there are a ton on the used market or open box items at below MSRP on eBay, Amazon warehouse, the secondary market, etc. But an advantage the 4070 Ti could have is it's going to be discontinued for the 4070 Ti Super, which may cause its price to drop and gamers to maybe want to dump it on the used market to get something better. It also depends on the 4070 Ti Super price, and I may have to film a new video depending on where the 4070 Ti Super drops in a month. But a month is a long time. The GPU market and prices could change between now and then, and supply could dry up between now and then. Now, I don't think that will happen, but it could. So, in my opinion, as of the date of this filming, December 19th, 2023, I think the 4060 Ti has the advantage because you can easily get them under MSRP. My 6-card 4070 Ti rig I'm building right now has an average price after taxes of $340. Now, this could change in the future, and I would argue you cannot go wrong with either card, but I have to give the advantage ever so slightly to the 4060 Ti right now because you can get them for a lot cheaper than you can get the 4070 Ti's right now. So thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Croup Man out.